now.
This 3 a.m. break-in was the third time in 2 months that thieves targeted the Couture Traders store on Route 46.
Oh,
the thieves were in and out in 2 minutes.
Damn.
Retailers in New York State lose billions of dollars a year from retail theft, and one company has had enough. If you shop at HomeGoods, Marshalls, or TJ Maxx, you may now see store employees outfitted with body cameras.
100%, bro. If you're at your job try-harding, like literally don't do that shit at all. Especially if you're working for somebody else. They're already fucking you over. On God, they're already fucking you over. So fuck them. You can steal all you want. I'm gonna just act like I don't see, because what? Because they already fucking me over. They already making the shit. They're making 10 times of what I'm making just off me being there. So do your damn thing. Now don't just subliminally just like make the shit obvious.
Now, according to the New York City report on retail theft, there have been more than 38,000 petty larceny cases in 2024. Nationally, 88% of retailers believe shoplifters have become at least somewhat more aggressive.
On top of that, this Costco right over here, the only one in Manhattan, is being targeted relentlessly by thieves who succeeded in shutting down Manhattan's first ever Target just a few months ago, which was located next door in this very same facility, because in New York, everything from a toothbrush to a handbag is a target for criminals who fear nothing.
They come here, they steal, and I told them they're hurting the neighborhood.
No bullshit, cause it's funny, cause Sweat, everybody stole before, twin. Let's be for real. Like, twin, I done stole before, twin. Now, have I stole out of Walmart? Yeah. Have I stole out of Family Dollar? Yeah. Have I stole out of Target? Yeah. Only one time. I stole some headphones. Let me tell y'all. So you feel me? I went to get the headphones. You feel me? I went to the technology aisle for the headphones. They didn't ring me up over there. So I'm like, okay, they gave me the headphones. Now I gotta, feel me, walk up to the front to check out. But you got me fucked to the fuck, twin. You feel me? I took that bitch out the box, took the headphones out. I went to a secret aisle though. Like nobody was that type shit. Took them hoes out the box, put them in my pocket, went out that motherfucker. Smooth, slimy lit. But you cannot keep doing that shit. That shit dumb. They gonna catch on to your stupid ass.
It is a body blow to this community. For the people
but I don't steal no more.
For the many people
I swear to God I don't.
Where are the people in the community going to go now?
This 3 a.m. break-in was the third time in 2 months that thieves targeted the Couture Traders store on Route 46.
Oh,
the thieves
shit.
were in and out in 2 minutes.
Damn.
Retailers in New York State lose billions of dollars a year from retail theft, and one company has had enough. If you shop at HomeGoods, Marshalls, or TJ Maxx, you may now see store employees outfitted with body cameras.
A potential shoplifter goes into the store, sees somebody wearing one of the tactical vests or a security vest with the body cam, and thinks, okay, I might get photographed.
Many times I see people walking through the exit door.
We were surprised.
Yo, no mask.
It's sad because it's our community is the reason why it's closing.
And the long-term concern, if Target's leaving, who will do the same?
Y'all gonna fuck up y'all stores. Y'all last ain't gonna have nowhere to shop,
so the only
but a
Costco in Manhattan
motherfucking
has
corner
a
store.
secret shoplifting problem. But what nobody's talking about is that this very
Nah, they
same
not gonna close the store down. Why the fuck they do that? That shit dumb.
When the Target that was also in here closed.
Yeah, but to get police around that motherfucker.
The development of East Harlem, where over 100,000 people live in this small slice of Upper Manhattan, devoid of reliable public transit, as there are very few subway lines, and which neighborhood proponents say doesn't have enough rich people or enough fancy tourist attractions to attract enough police to keep the stores up here safe. But even if we did have more police, New York's laws protect our criminals instead of prosecuting them. And for every criminal arrested for
Wait,
shoplifting,
hold a minute. You telling me the biggest city in the U.S., the most expensive, I think the most expensive pretty much, and where the most money is generated, I'm pretty sure, don't got enough police officers? Where the fuck are all the police officers? Because, twin, Atlanta deck, twin, like, GAP don't bullshit, twin. Them boys got, they working. They getting their job done. No bullshit. Them motherfuckers work. I don't know what's up. Them boys, it's like they was in the army before they went to the goddamn police. Like they experienced. You feel me? You can't find no goddamn police officer job for GSP on no motherfucking Indeed gang. You gotta be coming from the army gang. Like you gotta be in the army to be GSP.
released, charges dropped by a progressive justice system that would rather look for the root causes of crime instead of the criminals actively committing those very same crimes. But if that sounds ridiculous to you, this entire situation gets worse every single day, because today, shoplifting is now 35% higher than it was just 3 years ago. Which is why every time you go to buy anything, you'll find progressively more rows of progressive plexiglass, supposedly to deter criminals, which sadly don't seem to work anymore, as the thieves have realized New York's no consequences environment gives them plenty of time to break through in-store defense networks. Which brings us to the real reason the Costco in here now has a shoplifting problem. Since the Target is gone, the thieves have to target something else.
They lost a Target.
Costco statistically has the lowest rates of in-store theft of any major retailer in the city. Its highly touted memberships, security, brand loyalty, and even their incredible pizza may not be enough to stop this Costco from suffering the same fate as Target. So here we are inside Costco, America's favorite superstore, except for maybe, well, Walmart. Look, you can get that Kirkland signature here, and you can't get it anywhere else. Plus, the environment here is completely different than our dystopian drugstores. In fact, none of the products.
Yeah, it's like that's like that BJ store. They got big shit.
However.
Like,
in fact, you're not even getting in without a membership.
Everything
is
big shit.
Because you'd think if any store were to not have a shoplifting problem, it would be Costco. But when you see what was happening at the Target next door, which is now gone, it'll all make sense, and not in a good way.
Target says it's closing this store, citing rampant shoplifting that threatens the safety of employees and customers.
They come here, they steal, and I told them they're hurting.
So, as you just heard, theft was rampant at the Target that was right next door to this place, and that's a problem at every store in New York. And we're not talking about Aladdin stealing a little Spam to feed himself. No, we're talking about retail theft rings stealing things they can resell to make profit. In fact, theft is so bad in New York, it now accounts for $4.4 billion.
I'm over to credit a job at this shit. You feel me? They steal shit and resell it. I mean, that's been a thing, of course. I think they call like booters some shit. I think over the booters, they still shit resell that bit, but damn. Y'all hitting Costco, a damn daily grocery store, twin? The fuck? Y'all got some nerve.
Of the state's economic activity, where you've got items being stolen from physical
They don't got that southern
online,
hospitality up there. They don't get no
locations
fuck.
throughout the city. For prices that are so low, the items immediately sell, giving thieves an immediate reason to return to the scene of the crime, which they were doing at Target. Now, at the time, experts were writing articles praising Costco for not falling victim to retail theft the same way their competitors were. Because it's not just Target that's been closing locations. Walmart's been doing the same thing, along with Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart is a sweet ass lick. I ain't gonna cap.
Costco's been able to keep its theft numbers lower than
them boys sweet. They low-key starting to build defense now, though.
Lower. But it just leaked that at this particular Costco, the theft levels are
Why is there an ant on my phone?
Large, and the items being stolen are equally surprising. Just take a look at the stuff getting stolen here. Everything from vacuums to vitamins to paper towels. How are people stealing paper towels? Even the batteries here are way too large to easily sneak out of the store with. And all the items getting stolen are things that you can easily resell on the internet. And the crazy thing is that all the theft going on here was entirely predictable after we all saw what happened just a couple of months ago.
The closure of this Target, it is a body blow to this community, for the people who shop here, for the many people who work here. And consider this Target store, it is the anchor store here at the East River Plaza. And the long-term concern that many have is this: if Target's leaving, who will do the same?
So if a flagship store in a neighborhood shuts down, that's going to cause a massive ripple effect, not only through the other stores that are still here, but also the neighborhood itself. And if the Target that was here couldn't survive, what chance do the other stores have, especially now that it's gone and it's not bringing in all that anchor store traffic? Because even though there's a lot of business at this Costco specifically, the other stores here that were benefiting from the impulse buys that were happening at Target are just the basic non-membership required shopping.
Yeah, low key on bro, because when it's all in one area, twin, like, you might fuck around and say, you might just go to this one place and be like, oh yeah, I was just low-key thinking, I like low-key stopping. I ain't never went before, you feel me? I might just go up to Burlington and shit, see what the fuck they got in that bit, you feel me? Like, when it's all like in one area, like a marketplace, twin, like, it low-key attract different shit to go to. Even if you just going to here, twin, like, it make you just want to go do different shit, you feel me?
now.
It really a goddamn money-making scheme.
Focus their energy somewhere else. After all, we're talking about organized
Low-key.
retail theft. It can't take a break just because the store where the inventory came from is gone. It just means the inventory's got to come from somewhere else now. But even though shockingly high numbers of theft are happening here at this very same Costco, it's probably not going anywhere anytime soon because of how this place is run. First of all, most of the money Costco makes doesn't come from the products they sell. Instead, it comes from their membership fees. Those membership fees also give people a sense of loyalty. They'll come here to buy anything that they were going to buy at Target, as long as the oversized items will fit inside their tiny apartments. And even though none of the products are locked up behind that progressive plexiglass we love and have so much of here in New York, you're not going to get out of the store with any of this stuff without someone stopping you. And there's only one entrance and one exit, and they're not the same. It also doesn't help that the entire store is built like a massive labyrinth of wall-to-wall deals that just kind of suck you in and keep you moving. On top of that, staffing at Costco is significantly better than at most of its competitors. At Target, you won't even see any employees half the time. Sometimes the security booth is even empty.
That's New York Target, twin. What? Target low key. Target is like a more they less tolerant. I don't know how to use that. Is tolerant? Okay. Saying you got no tolerant means I'm not going for that shit. Target got no tolerance. Walmart, they don't give a fuck. They sweet as hell. Because you know anybody can get goddamn hired at Walmart. So they sweet as fuck. But Target, you low-key, even like the application process to get hired at Target, you low-key got to do way more than Walmart. So you got to do like a whole video, I think. Somebody in the comment, they might tell you, twin, like you got to do a whole video to get to work at Target, twin. Walmart, but you just sign the application, twin, you hired, twin. No bullshit, twin.
You better believe they are watching you. And then there's the sheer magnitude of some of this stuff. Everything here is oversized, warehouse sized, whatever you want to call it. Literally nothing in the entire store is pocketable in any sense of the imagination, which is also a huge crime deterrent, because if you can't put this stuff in your backpack or in your pocket, how the heck are you going to get out of the store with it and run down the street? That's impossible. In fact, most people that shop here use their private vehicle. I don't even think you can shop here without access to a car. But probably the most shocking part of this whole story is that theft is even happening here to begin with. And if it's bad here, you know it's bad
right now as he made this video.
Other stores are starting to take notice. They've got shoplifting problems as well. They don't want to end up like Target and have to shut down. But because those stores aren't Costco with their oversized packs of Kirkland signature tuna, they're stuck doing something else to try and survive, which is very surprising. So as you can imagine, no store in New York City is safe from rampant shoplifting, and TJ Maxx here, no exception. But apparently thieves have been so harsh on this place, they've had to take some very extreme measures to keep stuff in the store. But the problem is their new plan could be dangerous for employees.
If you shop at HomeGoods, Marshalls, or TJ Maxx, you may now see store employees outfitted with body cameras. Parent company TJX says they've been rolled out in stores across the country.
So that is a very unique idea. Apparently these are the same body scanner technology that the police use. And apparently what they're going to do is give you the same wide-angle police perspective that happens when you watch 60 Minutes. Think of a security camera not attached to your house, but attached to a person. But although the company's now going to roll these out at select locations across the country, local laws are really going to have the biggest impact on whether or not this is even effective, because in New York City, all of our laws call shoplifting a misdemeanor as long as it's under $1,000 worth of stuff. And
yeah, that is a misdemeanor. Shoplifting.
Peacefully using the force
give a
when
fuck
they
for
forced
real.
all of those
they still making money.
Security boxes and out of the store, which automatically kind of makes this sound like an idea that will be of limited effectiveness, but hey, it's worth a shot. But there are other alarming aspects to having your employees strap on body cameras and follow people around the store that might be dangerous.
Most stores have surveillance cameras, so they're capturing these images. To put an employee who is not necessarily trained to fight crime, like a police officer, in position of getting close to these, hoodlums, just to videotape them seems like
Brett said hoodlums.
Risk.
I think so, Chris. I think it's a risk that they've
Why you have to call him that?
Before, nor should this burden be placed on them. They're not police officers.
The fuck?
They're not private.
So the analyst here has a good point. Store employees, they have enough to do with putting all of the items back on the shelves and keeping the store well running to put themselves at risk for Play-Doh. This new policy could end up making people's jobs more dangerous than they need to be. And the worst part about it is it's being done in response to a problem that the city should be dealing with. In fact, it might not be possible to have enough store security in the world to make up for the fact that the police force here can't do its job. Plus, we've already got reports of store employees being attacked by emboldened shoplifters who feel entitled to everything in the store, because in the crime economy, someone who stops you from stealing is stopping you from making a living and providing for your family, which is just not something criminals find.
Yeah, low-key. 100%, bro. If you're at your job try harding, like literally don't do that shit at all. Especially if you're working for somebody else. They're already fucking you over. On God, they're already fucking you over. So fuck them. You can steal all you want. I'm gonna just act like I don't see, because what? Because they already fucking me over. They already making the shit. They're making 10 times of what I'm making just off me being there. So do your damn thing. Now don't just subliminally just like make the shit obvious. You feel me? Cause that mean you just doing this shit to find a reaction out of somebody. Okay, do this shit. You know, be sneaky a little bit. You feel me? But if you out here try hard at your fucking job, please stop. Unless that's what you really like. Unless that's what you really genuinely like love, go ahead. But bro, if you don't like that shit and you try hard, get your stupid ass on, bro. There's millions of jobs out there. There's always room for different shit, improvement, and different opportunities. Don't fall in the trap for one.
Acceptable. And if you're wondering, this is also the reason why stores like Macy's now have a bike cable with tripwire roping through their jackets to keep them from walking out of the store and selling themselves on Amazon. And why at pretty much every store in town you'll find items behind lock and key in some manner. Yet nonetheless, stores think there is going to be some value in equipping their employees with body cameras.
Body cameras are currently used by certain loss prevention associates who have gone through thorough training on how to use the cameras effectively in their roles. Body cameras are just one of the many ways that we work to support a safe store environment. Some think it's a good move.
It's utilizing technology.
Yeah, I do. I think this is a great idea as long as nobody gets hurt. But how do we know that that's going to be the case? How do we know everybody who wears a body camera isn't going to be at risk? But it's at least somewhat relieving to see that the cameras won't be strapped to every employee. Instead, it's the kind of thing that only the store loss prevention employees will be armed with cameras, which means at least we're talking about arming people with these things who have the presumed training to be able to use them effectively.
That makes sense.
And also not to get themselves into some sort of altercation with people who are stealing the things in the store. Also, New York City just passed a law where it's now illegal to assault a store employee. That makes your peaceful shoplifting spree a violent one. And now
shouldn't have that shit been a law? What the fuck? You telling me before it was legal to assault a store employee? What the fuck? They talking about they just made that shit legal. Maybe this shit didn't happen at first because there's no way they didn't. You know, new laws are made every day, so I'm a dumbass, to be honest. But hopefully, this shit was not actually legal at a point, bro, because that's insane. Absolutely insane.
These new rules could actually help protect employees who end up encountering somebody who might decide that they would get violent if it weren't for the cameras. For example, if the crooks are on camera attacking store employees, this could help get a conviction, which would hopefully get that criminal slapped with an ankle monitor instead of all the shoes in the store.
He says it can help upgrade a theft charge to robbery if the footage shows the suspect using force to shoplift.
It might deter it if the district
that makes
attorney
sense.
Is willing to prosecute. There's always that catch, right? Because we find them, we lock them up, and then their release, you know, it's going to be a fail.
Yeah, so that's kind of a big deal since our district attorney, who usually is the one pressing the charges, has a habit of downgrading felonies to misdemeanors, except for one recent high-profile case. But other than that, most criminals get their charges either downgraded or dropped or both. Now, our district attorney says this is often done to free up the court's time to go after more important criminals. But this brings us to the real reason
it's
we've got
shoplifting. There's
shoplifting
motherfuckers getting killed out here.
And why it isn't just stores like Target that are in danger of shutting down. If no one's willing to go after the criminals who are stealing things, what chance do we have of stopping?
I'm not even gonna lie, I would steal this. I'll steal this shit. This shit is hot. This shit fire. I'll steal this shit because I don't. Who the fuck finna pay for it? Nah, this shit is hard. Like, I mean, I would pay for it. That shit's out of crazy as hell. I would pay for it, but if I had the chance, the opportunity to steal it and nothing happened, oh yeah, I'm stealing this shit, nigga. A ice machine, a slushy machine. What? I'm be going stupid. And that's the movie theater one. That's not the off-brand.
Keep breaking the law. Won't they just keep doing it? What's their reason for stopping? And how effective are our new laws going to be if they won't stop people from going into stores and stealing whatever they want? Well, there's no dancing around the fact that the answers to these questions are not exactly encouraging.
The big chains especially, stay out of it, let them go. I think they're facing a 15 to 20% decline in their sales. Customers aren't coming in.
and now they're looking for measures to augment the police.
It's amazing where we are now as a society where that is, just let them go. Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine.
Honestly,
that shit's crazy,
low
key.
Here is so sad. Shoplifting is literally shutting down businesses and destroying our neighborhoods. As mentioned, TJ Maxx already losing customers, probably because as operating costs go up, they've got to jack up their prices to still make money, which they then have to do a second time after the stuff inside the store gets stolen and sold somewhere that's not the store that paid for that stuff. Which is probably why less people can shop at the stores. They're just too expensive for people who are already struggling with insane rents and grocery prices in this city.
Okay, I get it.
Because these theft rings.
If y'all last one motherfucker stop stealing, y'all gotta play y'all motherfucking part. Low key doing shit. But prices been through the motherfucking roof, nigga. Come on now, cuz. You got no choice but to steal, you feel me? Y'all gotta start doing more deals, more 75, 95% off and shit. Fuck a 20% off, mama. Fuck that. We gotta start lowering the taxes and all that bullshit. Cause what? Shit getting expensive.
They're not just removing items from the store that the store needs to sell to stay open.
Real talk.
They're then creating a competitor, a low-cost competitor, because they can resell that item on the internet or at another physical store here in the city with basically no minimum, because it's all profit. And this is no exaggeration. A local cosmetic store was doubling as a fencing operation, reselling things that had been looted from Macy's.
1 million in stolen goods.
How long is a store like Macy's going to even be able to stay open if people steal the things inside the store and sell them elsewhere for less? Who's even going to shop there? It also doesn't help that the cosmetics fencing operation had a physical location, kind of like this one right here, right on the side of the street, where customers would just walk in and think they were making a legitimate purchase. But this doesn't just happen in shady little stores on the side of the street in New York. In fact, many times when we buy things on the internet, they're much cheaper for a reason called rampant retail theft. It's true, a lot of those little stores on Amazon, eBay, they're where this stuff ends up. But when we see an expensive name brand item for half the price of what it sells for in a store, we assume that that's just because this is an online business. They don't have the same types of overhead a place like Macy's does. And while that's true, there's a reason the things you buy at Walgreens cost as much as they do. Yes, having a store is part of the problem.
Fucking
but you
fly,
gotta remember, the manufacturers of all of these name brand products, they've got a minimum that they're gonna accept. And that's why when you look at something for sale on Macy's or at another big department store, the price doesn't change a whole lot. You've got to import these items, you've got to pay the customs, you've got to buy them in a sufficient quantity to even get a low price. All those costs add up into the cost of the product that we eventually pay for. Would an online store be cheaper? Yeah, but not by half. Unless, of course, the items are stolen, in which case the thieves have an inventory cost of $0. They can list at any price they want and sell out because it's less than the real price.
Literally, that's what make that shit easy. You can easily get a sale because you can make that shit extremely low. You feel me? But you still get some paid though, twin. So I can go in that bit, you feel me? Like them little North Face jackets, you feel me? They might go for like, I think the real, on StockX, they might go for like 400 low key. On God, low key. I think so. I don't know, like 300. I don't know, 200, 300. North Face is 200 to 300, I'm pretty sure. Cause you can get that shit for free. Sell that bitch in 150. Easy 150. Right there. Easy 100, low key. If you that desperate, you'll go even lower. But you're not going no lower than 100, to be honest. Because you still need to make some profit. You feel me? And it's a North Face. Don't let nobody get over your stupid ass. But yeah, that shit is low key a money making machine. So of course motherfuckers gonna do it.
The real reason why in-store traffic is declining to begin with. The criminal underworld selling goods on the internet will always be cheaper. Which means the illegal shoplifting businesses in this country are always going to have customers as long as they're allowed to exist. In fact, the amount of customers they have only increases as more and more stores get shut down due to the theft that's causing all of these problems in the first place. So why do we let this exist? Why are we here in New York happy watching our cost of living go up and up and up as the thieves steal the stuff we were going to buy and now it has to cost more? Is that what's going on here? Is that the problem? What would you do to stop shoplifting here in New York? Would you lock up the criminals or would you lock up the deodorant just so nobody's feelings get hurt? Thanks for watching.
Shit, it's New York. I got all that money. Y'all need to start getting better technology. It's New York, gang. Come on, the Big Apple. Like, it don't make no damn sense.